Then Dr. Brown, who was called in when she had asthma and couldn't go to school. "I hear you've been worried about school," he had remarked. "I'm not. She is," Anna had mumbled. "Ah." Dr. Brown had walked about the bedroom, picking things up and then putting them down again. He placed a small china pig carefully back on the mantelpiece and stared earnestly into its painted black eyes. "I think you are worried, you know, aren't you?" He turned round to face her again. "I thought you were talking to the pig," she said. Dr. Brown had almost smiled then, but Anna had continued to look severe, so he went on seriously. "I think perhaps you're worried because your aunt is worried. Is that it?" "No, I told you. I'm not worried." He had stood looking down at her as she lay there, wheezing, with her ordinary face on. Then he had said briskly, "Good, well, that's all right then," and gone running downstairs to talk to Mrs. Preston. After that, things changed quite quickly. Firstly, Anna and Mrs. Preston went shopping and bought shorts and sand shoes and a thick roll-top jersey for Anna. Then Mrs. Preston had a reply to the letter she had written to her old friend, Susan Pegg, saying, yes, she and Sam would be glad to have the little lass. But seeing she was a quiet little thing, they hoped she'd be happy. "As you may recall," wrote Mrs. Pegg, "we're plain and homely up at ours, but comfortable beds and nothing wanting now we've got the telly." "Why does she say up at ours?" asked Anna. "It means at home. That's how they say it in Norfolk." "Oh." Anna had then slammed the door and stamped noisily upstairs. "Now whatever did I say to upset her?" thought Mrs. Preston. She could never have guessed, but Anna had taken sudden exception to being called a quiet little thing. The stamps on the stairs were to prove that she was nothing of the sort. Remembering this now, Anna stared out at the long flat stretches of the fens, with their single farmhouses standing fields apart, and thought about nothing at all. Anna knew that the large, round-faced woman waving a shopping bag at her on the platform must be Mrs. Pegg. "There you are, my duck. Now, ain't that nice? And the bus just come in? Here, give me your case and we'll run." A single-decker bus, already nearly full, was waiting in the station yard. There's a seat down there," panted Mrs. Pegg. "Go you on down, my duck, and I'll sit here by the driver." Fields stretched on either side, sloping fields of yellow and green, ploughed fields that looked like brown corduroy, and cabbage fields that were pure blue. As the bus dashed along narrow lanes, Anna saw splashes of scarlet poppies in the hedgerows, and then, away to the left, the long, thin line of the sea. She felt her heart jump. And then they were at Little Overton. The bus went down a long, steep hill. Anna saw a great expanse of sky and sea and sunlit marsh, all spread out before her. "Not far now," said Mrs. Pegg, as they picked up the cases, and the bus roared away down the coast road. "Sam will be expecting us. He'll have heard the bus go by." "Buses go by all the time at home," said Anna. "Oh, that must be noisy," said Mrs. Pegg. "I don't notice it," said Anna. "Do you notice it when you see the sea?" Mrs. Pegg looked surprised. "Me? See the sea? Oh, no, I never do that. I ain't been near nor by the sea, not since I were a wench." They turned in at a little gate. The garden was full of flowers and there was a loud humming of bees. They walked up the short path to the open cottage door. "Here we are, Sam," said Mrs. Pegg, shouting into the darkness, and Anna realised that the large patch of shadow in the corner must be an armchair with Mr. Pegg in it. "But we'll take these things up first," said Mrs. Pegg, and hustled her into what looked like a cupboard.